to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because the more people subscribe, the more this content gets pushed out to more viewers. They join this growing community, they post their tips and tricks, and they also post requests, which I'll personally review and I'll share with everyone. Now on to the show. I do have an intro, and the intro says legal survival. It should actually say legal survival 2026, but I removed that because it's not just for 2026. Obviously it's for as long as the digital media will be around. Okay, so basically when you create content, whether it's articles like I have here, whether it's your digital artists like your drawings or music, or maybe just audio, books, for example, especially what do you call them, the ebooks, right? Sometimes you there's copyright systems, but copyright doesn't really work, and then there's also trademarks. But sometimes you want to do something similar to open source, like for the software, because people do understand that, but people don't really understand the licenses and stuff for when it comes to media or content. So that's what this is about. So basically, the traditional copyright system acts as a massive bottleneck for modern creators who need to scale their digital presence. All rights reserved is often a death sentence for viral growth and collaborative innovation in the current landscape. You are essentially locking your best work in a vault where no one can find or use it legally. Creative Commons provides the necessary legal API to turn your content into a modular and scalable asset. The system allows you to define exactly how the world interacts with your music, video, and written articles. It's the secret to building a sustainable and solvent presence in the competitive digital ecosystem of 2026. So, for example, the custom license strategy feels like gaining a superpower over your entire digital portfolio and creative output. You no longer worry about the accidental infringement or losing control over your commercial rights while sharing your work. This is a profound sense of security when you see your assets spreading across the web, and with proper attribution, your brand grows automatically as other creators build upon your foundation while respecting your original technical intent. So some of that technical intent or technical details often missed in the implementation of machine-readable metadata within the XMP packet of your files. You should use the common Creative Commons license and Creative Commons attribution name fields to ensure that the search engine crawlers correctly identify your specific permissions. This allows platforms to automatically filter your content into correct categories without manual intervention by human editors. Proper IDFA tagging on your website further solidifies the legal layer by linking your media directly to the deed. So I'm going to show you some of this. Is a table here where we compare the media and software licenses because I did touch on them. For example, media and content here, and then the value is obviously this is software logic. For example, commercial use. There could be an optional toggle. Obviously, software license, it's always allowed. And derivative works, the optional restrictions, and then for the software logic, it's unrestricted. That's, like I said, for open source. Okay. So, but with media, you might we'll explain this with some examples, and I'll show you real working examples. So here's a sample of the common Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 international license sample. As you can see here, it tells you I'll just read. I'm not going to read all of it. It says, by exercising the license rights defined below, you accept and agree to be bound by the terms and conditions of Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International Public License. To the extent of this public license may be interpreted as a contract, you are granted the license rights in consideration of your acceptance of the terms and conditions, and the licensor grants you such rights in consideration of the benefits the licensor receives from making the licensed material available under these terms and conditions. And you can go on and on and on and on, etc., etc. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you some examples of this license, or this Creative Commons license is in use. But before I do that, there's a whole bunch of licenses. It's not just one type of license, there's a whole bunch of licenses. Kind of reminds me of the GNU General Public License, how many different derivatives there are. So here we go, this is the license list page on the creativecommons.org site. So as you can see, I'm just in the 4.0 licenses page, okay? The 4.0 licenses page. You see there's international, and they have the different type of languages here. You see you have by, and then you have by NC, by NCND, so you get my point. There's quite a bit. It's not just one, and then SA. I will touch on this a little bit as you see with some of the examples that I'll show you. So this is just creativecommons.org. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you is a real usage example. So this is from a website. It's called Blades in the Dark. They have indie RGPs licensed under the CCC BY. Okay, so as you can see, I just come to their, it's Blades in the Dark. You see, it says licenses of Blades in the Dark is now possible with the December 27 release of this system reference document, Mountaineer. You see, it's licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution CC BY. Okay, and as you can see here, they says use this license will simply require that you make the clear statement will give you the text, and your game is based on our material. Unlike other Creative Commons options, this is not viral. You don't have to make your derivative work open at all. We think it's awesome if you do, though, because it means you're contributing something back to the community. So there you go. So that's what I'm saying. That's Creative Commons type of license for this work. And that's Blades in the Dark. You see bladesinthedark.com/licensing. Okay, the next one I'm going to show you, surprise, not too much of a surprise, is Wikipedia. They have the CCC by CA. Okay, and as you can see here, I'm not going to read all of this again because I said I don't want this story to take too long. But as you can see here, they have just read the part that's relevant for us right here. Everyone already has permission to edit and reuse article text under open content licenses by the authors, as long as their use complies with the licensing terms gives proper attribution and licenses any changes under the same terms. If you wish to reuse content from Wikipedia, read reusers' rights and obligations first, then review the license. So the Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike. Remember the SA, that means share alike. 4.0 international license and the GNU public, the GNU free document license. So it's under two licenses, but the one I wanted to really focus on was the Creative Commons license. So I do use when I take something, when I do something from Wikipedia, I always credit them where I got it from, especially when it's a picture or something. These days I create my own. Is Inkscape, Blender. I'm getting much better at sometimes AI, but I'm saying is that I do tell where I get it from, and you can see here. So now you understand what the SA stands for. It stands for share alike. Okay, then another one which might actually surprise you guys is Flickr. That's a platform hosting millions of, surprise, Creative Commons 4.0 commercial use licenses. So here we are on Flickr, and you see here, it says Creative Commons is a non-profit that offers an alternative to full copyright. Many Flickr users have chosen to offer their work under the Creative Commons license, and you can browse or search through content under search type of license. So as you can see, there's different types. We have the usual BY, we have the ND, we have the NC, ND or NC, and you have the, remember, SA, share alike, BY, again, some are public and kind of like a public domain here, and you can see here. So those are all, basically it looks like they're all types of Creative Commons type of licenses as well. So you can go and, so here we go. Attribution means you let others copy, distribute, display, platform, and your copyrighted work. I'm not going to read all of them. I'm just zipping through it. This is actually pretty nice. You have the non-commercial means you let others copy, distribute, but derivative works based upon it, but for non-commercial purposes only. So no derivative works. Then there's the share alike. Already explained that. There's public domain. I did a tutorial on public domain, so you guys can go check that out. For one, I'm not going to talk about that. And there's public domain work means or aspects of copyright work which copyright law does not protect. So that's one of the problems is copyright law. It doesn't understand licenses like public domain, right? Because so there we go. So that's why they came up with this, and I said there's an event for software. The so-called copyright license donors, and you can see there's quite a lot of photos under all these licenses. So it's not like they're just a few. That's quite a lot, right? So there's that one. I guess you didn't know that, right? Flickr. And then another one is a scientific journal. It's called PLOS ONE. It's a major open access journal where all research is Creative Commons by 4. So I'm going to go to that one as well. So this one is called journals.plos.org. And I just came here just so I can show you that, let's see, how do I close this? Oh, I guess I have to accept. Okay, I'll just click here. So as you can see, it says reuse of PLOS article content. PLOS applies the Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International CC BY. That's what it, now you guys understand what that means. License, all other comparable licenses that allow free and unrestricted use to the articles and other works we publish. If you submit your paper for publication by PLOS, you retain the copyright to your work, and you agree to have the CC BY license applied to your work. So there you go, you can go read it. So I'm just showing you here as well. And again, PLOS is an open access journal where all research is Creative Commons as well by 4. All right, and now I'm going to go to another site. Sorry, I'm going a little bit fast here because I don't want this video to take too long. So another one is called Pepper Carrot. This is a famous open source webcomic licensed, and you got it, Creative Commons by 4. So here we are, Pepper Carrot, and as you can see here, this one is licensed under the same terms and conditions as well. So you can see here there's credits attributing the episodes, and yeah, there's quite a few episodes here. And down here, right at the bottom, you see the license. The work is licensed under Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International License. So there we go. So if you're a fan of and you can see they tell you this application. You guys have seen. I believe I've done work on all. I've actually done tutorials on all of this. Isn't that interesting? All these applications. That's awesome. They use open source software. So some of people tell you can't use open source software. Here we go. Complete web comics, all using open source tools. Okay. I don't know what operating system they use, but you guys know I use Linux. Okay. So there we go. That's Creative Commons attribution as well. Then there's another one. We're not done yet. This one might also surprise you. It's a Metropolitan Museum of Art. It's a collection of metadata shared by the Creative Commons as well. So as you can see here, they talk about the open access QA, so OA, trademarks, etc., etc. Now, here we go. See, not only that, it says materials identified as open access. By waiving any rights to materials identified as open access, the museum makes those materials available for any purpose, including commercial and non-commercial use, free of charge and without requiring permission from the museum. Open access works are made available under Creative Commons 0 CC0 license. Remember, that's one of those like public domain type licenses as well. So there you go. That's another one. All right. So now, but wait, there is more. I got a couple more for you guys. So I don't know if this part's gonna work. I haven't tested this one. Hopefully it does work. Yeah, it does work. So if you go to creativecommons.org/chooser, there's a chooser here will help you decide what type of license you need. For example, do you know which license you need? If you can put yes, and then you can pick which one it is. You see by 4, SA, NDA. So let's say I don't know. I'm going to pick I don't know. Then it says, do you require attribution? Allow others to work here, and then obviously to decide what license you want. You can put some optional work. This is just optional, of course. So that's a really nice feature. So it's a creativecommons.org/chooser. I'm going to grab this URL and just make sure update my information. All right. Now, guess what? Creative Commons themselves have something you guys probably didn't know about. They also have videos, some video resources. So let's go and guess what license they use for the video resources. So see the videos. They do have some videos. I guess this one is this link or whatever is broken, but they do have some videos here. What is Creative Commons? And then this I guess are on the web. Hopefully they will add mine here as well, because mine is probably done in 2026. So there you go. If you work at Creative Commons and you see this video, absolutely, I do release my videos under the Creative Commons, so the one on YouTube, so at least, so you can grab it from there or all the other places that I do, and I'll show that to you in a few minutes. So let's go back here and let's finish up this quick overview of the Creative Commons license. So I do have some of this information here is dated, but I do have some resources. I do have books. They're available on Amazon. You can search for Editor Jumbo. The links are also in the description. I also offer some blueprints on ojamboshop.com. They're free. I'm just working on finishing things up very quickly. By the time this video is out, the blueprint site should be up. And I also offer one-on-one tutorials at ojambo.com/contact. Or if you need consultation services, contact me at ojamboservice.com/contact. All right. And then Creative Commons serves as a bridge between absolute control and total public domain for the modern technical professional. It's important to remember that these are not software licenses and should never be used for code. This article is also licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike 4.0 International License, which you guys know now. Take the time to audit your content and your current assets and apply a modern licensing framework to secure your future. I do have some other recommended resources. I have my first novelette here, which is Algorithmic Serpent. It's by me, Edward Ojambo. It's available on Amazon. Unfortunately, Amazon doesn't allow you to make things like this type of licenses. So, but you can pick it up. It's a very affordable. It's just at cost. Printing and shipping for this paperback version, and the for the ebook version, it's just for storage costs. And finally, my greatest one is the Succession Business Blueprint. I do have a dedicated website for them, which is dylan.store. As you can see here, this is the Algorithmic Serpent, and this is the Recession Business Blueprint. It's a guide to help you start a business during a recession. You can start maybe something using one of the Creative Commons licenses. I'm just putting it out there. And you see there's a Kindle version and there's a paperback version. So this is a real book, lots of pages, there's tables. So whether you want to go, you need training, or you need help, mentorship, all that information is the Recession Business Blueprint. Remember, the recession is the best time to start a business. Okay? And if you have any questions, you can contact me. I'll show you how to do that. If you want to know more about me, I'm a software engineer, I'm an author and an influencer. And you can explore my book page on Amazon. The link is also in the description. And if you need any consultation services, ojamboservices.com. The link is also in the description. And again, if you want to take a look at the blueprints, they're going to be on ojamboshop.com. Okay, here's the comment section. The comment section shows about 40 days after the article goes live. So you can use it to post things about this particular content I shared today, which is the Creative Commons license. Tell me what you like about it, what you don't like about it, what could be better. Absolutely, I welcome the comments. Now, as I said, the best way to contact me is use the contact form. We have ojambo.com/contact. We have ojamboservices.com/contact and ojamboshop.com/contact. And if you want to follow me, these are the channels: Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch.